Okay, so on page 144, we're going to solve rational equations. And so we're just going to use the steps on the top of page 144 and solve the problems. So it says completely factor out the denominators. So if I do number 1, everything's factored. And then multiply both sides of the equation by the least common denominator, the LCD. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 over x plus 2 minus 1 over x equals 1 over 5x. And I'm going to multiply the entire equation by the LCD. So I have to have an x plus 2 in my thing that I multiply by. I have to have an x, and I have to have a 5. I don't also need this x because this x was taken care of by that x. So really what you're doing is, I'm going to slide up over this. You have 3 over x plus 2 times 5x times x plus 2 minus 1 over x that has 5x, x plus 2 equals 1 over 5x times 5x times x plus 2. So now if you go through and you do this math, this x plus 2 and x plus 2 are going to cancel out. So 5x times 3 is 15x. Sorry, not equals. Let me grab my white out really quick. So 15x minus this x and x are going to cancel out. So you have minus 1 times 5 times x plus 2, so I'm just going to put the 5 out front, and then write my x plus 2, and I'll come back and clean that up in a second. This 5x and 5x are going to cancel out, so now you have 1 times x plus 2, so that equals x plus 2. So when you do this math, 15x minus 5x minus 10 equals x plus 2. Then we're going to clean this up, so you're going to get 10x minus 10 equals x minus 2. I'm going to subtract this x over, so when I subtract it over, I'm going to get 9x, and I'm going to add this 10x over, which is going to equal an 8. And then you're going to divide both sides by 9. So x equals 8 over 9. And you can't box that as your final answer and say it's your final answer until you check it. Because when we multiply by these extra x's up here, we can sometimes get what's called an extraneous solution, a solution that pops out that doesn't really end up working. So we're going to use our calculator to let us check for us. So all I'm going to do is add a calculator page. And I'm going to type my 8 over 9. And I'm going to press the blue control button, which is right here. And then I'm going to press right here the stow. So control stow. And a little arrow is going to show up on your screen, and I'm going to type x. I'm going to stow that value into x. So every time you press x, it knows that it's 8/9. And now all you have to do is go back and type your equation. So I'm going to type a fraction, 3 over x plus 2 minus control fraction 1 over x. And then if I want to get the equal sign, it's right here below the control button, equals. And then 1 over 5x. And it says that that's false. So we're going to double check our math and make sure we did math right. And then otherwise there isn't going to be an answer in this case. So let's just double check. So my 3x, and I multiplied, and that canceled out, so this should be a 15x. The x's canceled out, so I had minus 5x plus 2. These cancel out, x plus 2, so 15x minus a 5x minus a 10x, x plus 2. These two make a 10x minus 10, x, oh, here's my mistake right here. This should have been x plus 2. So now when I add this 10 over, this really becomes a 12. Which means, cross that off, x equals 4 over 3. And the beauty of this is that you can just do 4 over 3, stow that in x, And if you arrow up and highlight that equation you wrote and copy it, you're going to press enter again, but in between that step and this step, you've stored a new value, and it says that that's true. So x equals 4/3 is my answer. So let's try another one. Let's do something a little bit harder. Let's try number 10, because I'm sure that you're looking at number 10 and saying, oh, that's so difficult, I can't do that. So here we go, number 10, right here. So I'm just going to copy it down. So I have 3 over x plus 1 plus 2 over x minus 4 equals 4x minus 11. Remember, we always are going to factor, so I'm going to factor the denominator, and it factors into x minus 4, x plus 1. Okay, so here's number 10. I'm going to multiply the entire thing by x plus 1, x minus 4. So that's 3 over x plus 1 times x plus 1, x minus 4, plus 2 over x minus 4, x plus 1, x minus 4, equals 4x minus 11 over x minus 4, x plus 1, times x minus 4, x plus 1. So now I'm just going to cancel stuff off. Those two are going to cancel off, those cancel off, and that's going to cancel off. So now you're left with 3 times x minus 4, which is going to get me 3x minus 12, plus, and then I'm going to distribute the 2 and get 2x plus 2, equals the whole denominator canceled off there. So now I have 4x minus 11. And now we're just going to do simple math. This is things that we learned how to do in Algebra 1. So 3x and 2x is 5x. 2 and 2 makes 4. Equals 4x minus 11. If I move this 4x over by subtracting, I'm going to get x. And if I move this 4 over by subtracting, I'm going to get negative 15. And then we're going to go to our calculator and check our answers. So I'm going to type negative 15, so x. And then I'm just going to go back and type my original equation. 3 over x plus 1 plus 2 over x minus 4 equals 4x minus 11 over x squared minus 3x minus 4. And it says that's false. So again, we're going to check our math really quick and make sure that we didn't make any mistakes. 3x minus 12, 2x plus 2, 4x minus 11. This and this make a 5x. That and that make a 4. Subtract the 4x over 5x minus 4 makes 11. Subtract this over negative 15. So since negative 15 doesn't work, we call this extraneous. And since it's an extraneous solution and there's no other solutions here, the answer here is what's called the empty set or no solution. Just a O with a slash through it. Hopefully this helped you do page 144, a couple other quick little hints. If you get something like number 12, where just a fraction equals a fraction, all you have to do is cross multiply and the fractions will go away. And if you get something like 4, this is just 4 over 1. It's just x over 1, so that problem makes it a lot easier to solve. If you have any questions, post them on Edmodo.